One of the most popular types of photography when it comes to smartphone photography is going to be portraits, whether that's of people or pets. We've done like 100 over camera focused videos specifically for portraits over the years, and there's definitely wrong and right ways to take portrait photos using your phone. Now, we have a new photographer joining our team, and this guy is a professional. He's been taking actual portraits for magazines and websites before. He's going to be giving you guys his tips and tricks on taking the best smartphone portrait photos using just your phone. Take it away, Naim.
Hi ProductNation, I'm Naim. I'm going to be taking some photos for you guys. Let's go! Most Chinese brands are focused on eye enhancement and skin smoothing, which may be great for some people, but that's not what this video is about. It's more about capturing the true essence of portrait photography. That is, the subject and the camera.
We're breaking this down into 4 sections: phone camera settings, lighting, composition, and finally, editing.
So when I'm doing portrait photography, I'm always chasing one thing, an authentic feeling. I guess it's not about trying to look impressive, but more about trying to look believable. When it comes to every photo shoot, the start always will feel slow for me. So as I'm trying to take photos and as the day goes on, I'll try and get to know my subject better, to get to know her angles, and just trying to bring out the person as best as possible.
What angle, Celine?
My angle.
So getting to know your subject better is the one thing that you need for portrait photography. And the energy I'm getting from Celine is super fun because of her outfit and her energy. So we're going to be doing photos just like that today.
You okay, Celine?
Yes.
So camera fronts usually come in different focal lengths that you can use. You can see them in like 1x, 2x, or even 10x. Umar prefers 2x and above, but I actually prefer 1x and above because there's a lot more dynamic in how wide the 24mm focal length is. Before we start shooting, let's go over some phone settings. I have 2 phones with me right here right now, one with my settings and one without. We're going to be comparing the 2 photos just to see if there's any difference and you guys can get a clear visual example of why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. On the iPhone, there are 2 main settings you need to look for. The formats, which you need to change to most compatible, highest resolution, and also turn the ProRes on. The last thing you need to look for is the composition settings. Turn the grid, level, and view outside frame on, which will help you in compositions later when you're shooting. But I want to make myself really clear. These settings won't magically make your photos better. It will just improve the quality, which will help you get better photos.
No matter what focal length, no matter what settings, what resolution you're shooting at, if you neglect the fundamentals, then you won't have a good image. Let's face it, there's no one special button that would magically turn your terrible photos into good ones. You should focus more on trying to get the shot correctly the first time.
Ta Chan Hong Tu, wish you great happiness. Mastering light in photography is actually super simple. All you need is just natural lighting and knowing the direction of your light source. Celine, come here, look at this. Isn't this so cool? Like how the light and shadows work? Whether we want to put the subject in the light or in the shadow, it would immediately change how your photos would feel and would look.
As you can see in this photo, the lighting looks really flat. It looks really boring. There's nothing much going on about it. While on this photo, the lighting looks really good. As you can see on her face, there is light and there is also shadow. And this creates contrast. It creates separation. So when you're taking a photo, think about light and think about shadows.
Playing around with light and shadows during your portrait photography is super fun because you get to choose how you want to make your subject feel in the photo. See how she's standing in the shadow when the light is right next to her? How does that make you feel?
Honestly, if you can master lighting, you're already halfway there. Just spend a lot of time playing around with lighting. No matter how interesting your subject is, the lighting will make or break the shot. And speaking of this, we also have to talk about composition.
Alright, this is where your photos start to feel intentional. Good composition is basically answering one question. What am I trying to say with this photo? I just want the eyes somewhere near the top third of the frame, not dead center, not floating too high, just enough that they feel grounded and natural. Next thing I'm thinking about is spacing. I want enough room so that the background doesn't compete with my subject. If there's too much going on in the back, the photos start to feel messy even if the lighting is good. Oh shit, she's so cool. Oh my god. Wow. Wow, swag.
Why you so fake? Huh?
I'm not fake. That was pretty cool. Wow, 很漂亮啊. Walao eh.
Remember to use the frame. Those gaps actually help guide the viewer's attention or make your subject feel bigger, smaller, calmer, or more dramatic. And this is where grids help a lot. I'm not using them to follow rules perfectly, I'm just using them to highlight my subject and guide the eye. Here's too tight versus giving the photo some breathing room. And this one, same subject, same light, but one actually tells a story and the other just feels empty. Can you spot the difference? Composition isn't about perfection, it's about clarity. If someone looks at your photo and immediately know where to look and how to feel, you did it right. Okay, if you've got good lighting and good composition, editing should be the easiest, most boring part of the process. And that's a great thing. Ideally, you're not fixing mistakes, you're just nudging the photo closer to what it felt like when you took the photo. And you can do all of this inside the Photos app. I usually bring the highlights down a bit just to recover some detail. Shadows, up slightly, not enough to flatten the image, just enough to see what's there. And then comes warmth. I adjust the temperature until the skin tone feels normal, not orange, not blue, just natural skin tone. And finally, quick crop and straighten. Tiny adjustments here make a huge difference. If you prefer to take it further, like using Adobe Lightroom, I'll start with the preset just as a base, never the final look. Then I'll fine-tune exposure and contrast, and then I'll do some color adjustments. And this next part's important. I stop before it feels like I'm done. If it looks way better than real life, I've gone too far. If it looks completely different from real life, I've gone way too far. Editing should support the photo, not become the photo. When you combine intentional composition and good lighting, and a little bit of adjustments, you don't need heavy edits or crazy tricks. The photo already works. You're just helping it speak more clearly. At the end of the day, the iPhone already has a really good camera. This isn't about unlocking secret features or hacking your phone. It's about control, light, and being intentional long before you even think about editing. What really matters is emotion. Photography is about memory. It's about freezing a moment in time. And if a photo doesn't carry emotion, personality, or nostalgia, then it's just a photo. If you like this video, this is part 1 of our tips and tricks series where we cover a lot more stuff with mobile photography, videography, and all of that good stuff. So make sure to subscribe to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.
What is this?
And finally, some quick crop and straighten. That fucking got it to me again. Okay. Hold on. And finally, a quick crop and straighten. Just. And finally, some crop and straighten. Wow. Oh, we're rolling. Okay. Hi, Naim. Hi, ProductNation. I'm Naim. I'm gonna be taking you to some photos for you guys. Let's go.